It's time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob in 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It is time for the top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com. Brought to you by our friends at J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start today?
Number 1, today is Thursday, which means we got the initial Big 12 availability reports last night. Both BYU and Utah looking relatively clean.
Are they?
Yeah, I don't know what it means.
Did you see Utah's?
It's blank. Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah, it was Kyle Whittingham's depth chart they released before the season. It just didn't have anything on it.
It was blank.
TCU on the road at BYU, 8:15 kick. This is where Bear Bachmeier, and he's done it literally throw to throw, not just drive to drive or play to play. He's done it throw to throw. He has shown an ability to bounce back. So after a shellacking on the road at Texas Tech, they did not look good. They nearly got shut out. They really couldn't move the ball with any meaningful purpose. They should bounce back. They should crush TCU, and I think they need to. I think they need to actually rack up some style point wins before the end of the season.
Well, the Bears should have a good game. I mean, TCU's not going to play any defense.
No, they're not good.
Yeah, right. So he should go out there and sling it all over the yard, I would think. It's what he should have done against Texas Tech.
Yeah. The fact that they didn't seem to try, and I'm going to give A-Rod more credit than, why didn't you try to throw the ball? Like, he would try and beat me up if
he would probably tell you that, well, we did, Ben.
Yeah, we did. And let me go show you 40 examples of why it didn't work and what Texas Tech did to blow it up. And those are all accurate.
And he would give you a really snarky thanks, Ben. Yeah.
But I expect BYU to come out and have a willingness to move the ball. And again, like I said, you should try and win all of these games by 35 points the rest of the way to reestablish yourself as a not just good team, which you're a very good team, and you're probably headed to the college football playoff. Certainly, I believe, headed to the Big 12 title game, though you can't punch your ticket until you actually get there. But show the committee that, yes, Texas Tech was not a great loss, but you are still playing really good football despite a late loss in the season.
All right, Ben. Let's play our
favorite game.
Let's play our game, but let's do it in league. Let's change it up a little bit. Okay. In league, where would you guess TCU is in total defense?
Ooh, total defense? We say 8th.
Right on the money.
Right on the money. Okay.
Wow, right on the money.
Yeah, because they can't be atrocious because, A, there are truly horrendous teams in the Big 12. And TCU's got a good record.
Yeah.
I know they just lost last week, but they didn't give up 55 points. They gave up 20 points in there.
Now, hold on, because there is some nuance. I get the point you're making, but there is some nuance.
Okay.
Let's start with this. Where would you guess TCU ranks in rushing defense in the Big 12?
Okay, honestly, do they give up a lot of passing yards and they're pretty good against the run, or nobody runs because you can throw it all over them, which is not usually actually how it works? I bet they're okay. I'm going to say they're 5th.
3rd.
Okay, now they're pretty good.
3rd.
Trusting my instincts here.
Stout.
Yeah.
And the other team has run it 335 times, which is basically normal.
Okay.
So it's not the case where other teams haven't run on them. Where are they against the pass?
Must not be great because, A, if you have the 8th ranked defense, 3rd ranked running defense, you've got to be what, 11th?
14th.
Oof, yeah.
Surrendering 241 and a half yards per game. So they're vulnerable against the pass. The run defense is surprisingly stout.
240 is not crazy. The problem is 240 can slide and do 350 really easily if you're bad at it.
Yeah.
Because you are, again, going up against some really bad teams who cannot throw the ball. Meaning you have had probably a couple of games where, because you've played some atrocious teams, they've only thrown for 125 yards, and to make up to get to 240, you've given up 380. So there's a chance Bear throws for 350 yards in this game.
Just for fun, scoring defense, they're 10th. 24 and a half a game. Do you want to do Ballore as long as we're doing this?
Sure,
and with Utah's opponent? Ballore is 13th in the conference in scoring defense.
Okay.
Total defense, 13th. Rushing defense, 15th. It's going to be a long day for Ballore.
What was Dave Aranda's background?
Defensive coordinator.
Okay.
And then pass defense, Ben, a little bit better at 7th. They only surrender 205 yards a game. You know what? I would bet Utah throws for under 200 yards against Ballore.
If you don't have to throw, yeah. Why would you?
Yeah, I'm saying they're gonna throw it like 8 times.
Yeah.
Dampierre's going to have,
But you have
125 yards.
Yeah, you have 270 yards rushing, and the game lasts 45 minutes.
I think that's how it's going to go.
Yeah, just quickly, Baylor's given up 38 points to Auburn, 45 points to SMU, 27 points to Arizona State's not terrible. 27 points to Oklahoma State actually is terrible because Oklahoma State can't move the ball at all. 34 to Kansas State, 42 to TCU, 41 to Cincinnati.
Yeah, they're going to give up some points.
They're going to give up some points.
That's
Though their
gonna-
last outing, they crushed Central Florida 30-3, so it's a good sign. Kind of. It's not a bad sign.
It is for Central
Houston
Florida.
almost lost to Central Florida.
That's
so
a good point.
That's a bad sign.
All right, what's next?
Number 2, the Jazz are hosting the Atlanta Quinn Snyders tonight.
The Snyders are in town.
Hawks played last night. They destroyed the Sacramento Kings. So if you're wondering if they're going to be tired, I would bet, I did not watch the fourth quarter of this game, I would bet none of their starters played. They beat them 133 to 100.
Did you see the reports out there that the Kings are talking about breaking it up and going with the tank? And it's like, haven't you been tanking?
Yeah.
You're
What do you mean you're going to
gonna
go
start?
with the tank?
Going to start?
You've been doing this on purpose?
That's a scary thought.
Or this is on accident? All these losses were not by design?
They did not play Levine. They did play Sabonis. They did play DeRozan. Rusty got the start.
Hawks started the season 1-3, and you remember there was really big expectations because they had a good offseason. They got Jalen Johnson back.
There should be good expectations.
But they have
Snyder's been there for 4 years now.
They have won 6 of their last 8, so they are definitely playing better.
Because Trae Young's hurt. So.
Yeah, Trae Young is hurt, and that is not.
And that helps.
Be interesting to see where they
Who
go
had a
with
big game last night? Sorry, I've got it. Jalen Johnson,
Well, I
who
think he was
you and
9
I
of 10
both
from the
like.
floor, right?
Yeah, 24 points.
Yeah.
10 boards.
Nice when you make every shot.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I mean Atlanta should be favored in this game. These are good bellwether games. The Jazz should be pretty good at home. Atlanta's clearly a better team than the Jazz. So how does that weigh out? Because that'll give you an idea of how many games the Jazz are going to win this season. Because this is an Eastern Conference playoff team.
I asked Earl this question. Let me ask you, because the Trae Young, remember when he waved goodbye because he hit like a prayer?
A half-court shot, yeah.
Can you wave goodbye after hitting a prayer? Like if he hits a 3 and a contested 3 in your face, like Damian Lillard in the playoffs, hits a contested 3 right in the face to win a game. Yeah, then by all means wave. Like you can't brag about closing your eyes and throwing a backwards shot in horse.
Trae's one of the 10 best shooters in the NBA. Even a half-court shot for one of the 10 best shooters in the NBA goes in 12% of the time unguarded.
Maybe.
And guarded or in a high-tense situation or a high pressure situation maybe goes in 3% of the time. So, yeah, you can't really wave percent. Wave for that.
Nico Harrison couldn't take a victory lap after getting the Cooper Flag pick.
Right. Dame hitting the shot over Paul George to win the series, wave goodbye.
Yeah, knock yourself
out. You pulled up,
Yeah.
it was off the dribble. You were like, I'm going to dribble this clock out. I'm taking this shot, and it's going to win. It was not a desperation heave, what Trae did last year, which is a great shot. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Was a desperation.
I think after that, and the Jazz were not exactly good last year. You should just probably run into the locker room. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, nice to win.
All right, what's next?
Number 3, the Mammoth scored 4 goals in the final period to beat the Buffalo Sabres.
Needed it.
They did, and they were down 2-0. Nick DeSimone scores. The game really changed, really hinged there, and they were still down 2-1 going into the third period. We talking to Nick Olczyk today? TBD on Nick Olczyk.
Working on Nick.
But it felt like the dam broke in a good way. They needed a breakthrough. They'd been really tough sledding for their last 6 games, so they needed like a cathartic period, and they got it by blowing out Buffalo. That game wasn't close after they kind of found their stride.
Eventually,
it took a while. They did. They needed to wake up, and at one point when they were down 2-0, we haven't seen it a whole lot, but Coach Barry just screamed at him, pulled him aside and just yelled at him for an entire timeout, which you don't do a lot of timeouts in hockey.
Salazar style?
Salazar style, really laid into him, and then changed shook up the lines a little bit with the forwards. So it worked, and we'll see if they can keep it going.
Has Lloyd really screamed at you today, Christian?
He just got done.
Yeah, he just got done. That's why he's tears in Christian's eyes. He's blotting his eyes.
We're going to see if Christian's okay during the break. All right, stay tuned. We'll get to more coming up next. It's Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.